Hey y'all, welcome back to the Sim Twins. My name is Brooke and today we are doing another speed build. So this speed build is a dollhouse challenge, and the dollhouse challenge I saw floating around the Sims universe a few months ago, but I finally jumped on the bandwagon. I'm so late to trends, y'all. It's fine. It's fine. But I thought this would be a really fun build because I modeled it after the dollhouse that Bree and I had as children. And this dollhouse is very old-timey, like it was built for my mother when she was young. So it's very, very basic. It has 2 floors and it was made entirely of wood, and all of the furniture that came with it was all handmade and crafted by wood. So I wanted to really give that this feel for this dollhouse. And also this is an off the grid house, so I've tried to put in all of the stuff that works off the grid, which is much easier to find, thank goodness, now, because they finally added in that category in build by mode. But before we get too far into this build, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications, and you'll know every time we post a new video. Alright, so this house actually had a pretty big floor plan in the end. Ultimately, we end up with 4 bedrooms, which is crazy. So we have a bedroom for the parents, we have a bedroom for a teenage child, we have a bedroom for a child, like just a regular age child, I guess. And we have a bedroom that is shared by 2 toddlers. So I thought that this family would have 2 girls and 2 boys, and you could really kind of do that in whatever configuration that you wanted when it comes to what ages those children are. But I went in and put in these overhead lights that were the only off-the-grid overhead lights that I have in the game, and they're from Jungle Adventure, so they look very, very, I guess, Victorian-esque because they are candles. And I put in this really nice piano because I thought that this family, they're probably very musical. In one of the children's bedroom, I put in a crafted violin. So I definitely thought that this family would be more into music and that kind of stuff. And I put a woodworking table on the front porch so you could totally build more crafted instruments such as a guitar. But like I said, I really wanted to pay homage to the dollhouse I had as a kid. And because all of that was made of wooden toys and stuff like that, I tried to keep it in the wooden tones family for everything that I put in here. I didn't put anything in here that felt like it couldn't be handmade or anything like that. And I thought that it turned out really well. The pattern on the wall, it's a little crazy. The wallpaper's a little crazy. But I wanted to give this build a feel of, antiquity, especially because it's supposed to be modeled after an antique dollhouse. I thought that that would be really sweet. And I really liked the windows. The windows came from Discovery University, but in those brown swatches, because the basic one is like green, and I don't like that. But when it's normally in just like the swatch that's just regular brown wood, it looks fine. And I really like it. It has nice shutters. And those chairs for the dining room table, they legit look exactly like the kinds of chairs that I had for this dollhouse. So of course I had to include them. And because I put toddlers in this build, I wanted to make sure that you had a working tub. So downstairs you have just a shower, but upstairs in the master bedroom you do have a tub. But there isn't a sink in the master bathroom. So there's just the toilet and the shower. So they'll have to come downstairs to wash their hands. But that's no problem because there is a sink both in the guest bathroom and in the kitchen. I tried to do a thing where so off the grid, you don't have any sinks that can be in a counter. So you have to have that stupid one pedestal sink, which I really hate from base game. But I tried to hide it and put it in one of those counters. And then when I player tested it later, it didn't work. So I had to delete that counter, and it looks ugly, but at least you have a usable sink in this very small galley kitchen. Also, I realized, of course, as always, I forgot to put a trash can in this dang build. So if you want to download this, which it's on our gallery right now, you might want to add a trash can because you'll need it. But anyway, I really like putting all these lanterns around. Some of them are from Seasons, and the other ones from Jungle Adventure. But I just really liked how it turned out. It's a very quaint build, and like I said, it's actually pretty big. You can have up to 6 Sims sleeping here. Well, 2 toddlers, so really 4 Sims and 2 toddlers. And then also I added in a place for a little dog, so you can have your pet as well, which I thought would be really cute. I think during this time, I don't know that pets really were usually sleeping inside the home that much, but I mean, I thought it would be cute to add the little doggy bed and the little place for them to eat out of their bowl. But yeah, the upstairs layout was kind of hard for me to figure out. And one of the things that I realized later, after I had finished this build, is that dollhouses don't actually have inside walls or really side walls. Because I looked at one of the dollhouses that are in the game, and that one doesn't have any inside walls at all or any side walls. But I kind of liked that I kept the walls in, because in some places now you actually have correct lighting, because a lot of these rooms are not considered rooms anymore because they're not completely closed in. So the ones that are facing the very back wall, the lighting is not going to be like how you would normally see it in a game. Like you see the sitting room with the piano and stuff, like the lighting is just not working because the game registers it as being outdoors because there isn't that back wall. So that's the only reason why the coloring is wrong. And if you don't want to have that back wall removed, you can always just add it back in, and then all those lights and all the colors and stuff will work properly in the game. I just wanted to keep to the tradition of a dollhouse, like the dollhouse that I had, which it did have side walls. It had the front wall and the side walls, but it didn't have the back wall, obviously. So that's why I wanted to keep that as how this house worked. And so the bedrooms are really small, but I made sure that everything that you need for a bedroom is in there. The master bedroom, you can sit on both sides of the bed with no problem. I made sure to player test that. I know that a lot of people are like, you can't scoot. I can scoot. My game has never had that problem, but I know other people have had that issue in the past. So I made sure that you don't have to worry about the scooting issue. I had to cram it into the wall, but it's fine. It doesn't clip too much. I think it only clips when you're in the walls down mode. But anyway, I added in a dresser into this master bedroom because originally, as you saw, I had just a little place to sit to across from the fireplace, but then I realized that your Sims needed a little dresser, so I put a dresser there, and I also put in that small book thing that now acts as a bookcase because I forgot to add in a regular bookcase anywhere. So at least you have that little spot in the master bedroom where you can go and read books. But this bedroom that I'm working on right now, I thought this bedroom would be more the teens bedroom, so I added in that desk there and a journal and a little lamp because again, I wanted this to feel like an old-timey off-the-grid house, so I didn't add any electronics like that. And then this is the bedroom. I thought this bedroom as for one of the girls in the family. You know, she's a child and she's really into music, so she has the crafted violin in her room, and she's just like very, I would say like very prim and proper and maybe a little more girly than the other girl. And so that she wants to be a musician, and she just, I don't know, I guess she's just like really girly in that sense. And then we're working on the toddler bedroom. So in the toddler bedroom, I made sure to have all of the stuff that you would need for a toddler to grow up. So I put in a little Blarfy. I made Blarfy smaller because Blarfy is huge. So I made him smaller just so I could fit him in a little bit better. And then I also made sure to put in a potty, and I put in another little toy for your kids to play with, and the building blocks, of course, because you need all of those to get your toddler skills up. And so even though the toddler room doesn't have a lot of other superfluous things that I put in a lot of other toddler rooms, it has all of the things that you need in order for your child to grow up and to make sure that they get all of those skills that they need. And then I went into the other bedrooms and added in mirrors because one of them I did not put in a dresser, but in The Sims 4, if you have a mirror, you don't really need a dresser. You can do exactly all of the same things with a mirror and more, such as getting up your charisma skill if you just have a mirror. So I just had that, added that mirror in that one room. And then here I am putting in the stuff for the dog. I'm not sure, I did not player test this little dog bed, so I don't know if the dog can get underneath the stairs or not to get to their bed. But you can always move it somewhere else. You can move it onto the front porch. You could move it outside in the backyard. It's really wherever you want to place it, but I didn't 100% test to make sure that that was working because there was no dog in my player test house. And then I really wanted this house to feel like it was in the south, so I put in these beautiful magnolia trees up in the front yard, and I just like put in hedges, and I really thought that the landscaping was very minimalist on this build, but I think it worked really well. And as you can see, this is a pretty small lot, which I really like that. This is the one of the 20 by 15 lots in Newcrest. And I really like working on smaller lots because I just get really, really intimidated by larger lots because you have to either A, build a really large house, or B, you have to know how to landscape really well in order to compensate for the fact that there's so much room in the backyard. But in the backyard, I wanted to create this little tree area, and I put in some debug, what are they called? Oh my gosh, tombstones. I put it debug tombstones because I wanted it to be like, oh, this is where Grandpa and Grandma are buried. You know, they're buried in the backyard. I thought that that was just really a little sweet tribute to Grandpa and Grandma. If, you know, if they were going to be buried somewhere, they should be buried on the family homestead, right? And then I wanted to use these debug cabbages, but then I ended up taking out those debug cabbages because I added in this hedge, and because it's considered a fence, you can't put it on the end of the lot. You have to put it one tile in. I wish they would change that. I wish you could put fences right on the end of the lot. That would just make it so much better, but nope, we don't get that. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not salty or anything. But honestly, today is when the Nifty Knitting video drops. So this house is actually like a really cute house that could go along with the Nifty Knitting thing really well, because one thing that I really wanted in this house was to have rockers. I thought that rocking chairs would be so cute in this build, and we know that in Nifty Knitting you're gonna get them, so I'm so excited for that. But we are just taking a last look at the house in real time, and then we are going to move on to the screenshots. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in another video. Bye, y'all.